President Trump putting extraordinary pressure on his Attorney General Pam Bondi, publicly calling on her to use the power of the Justice Department to prosecute his political enemies. The president writing this message on social media addressed to Pam, insisting nothing is being done, adding, "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. Justice must be served now."
We have to act fast. If they're not guilty, that's fine. If they are guilty or if they should be charged, they should be charged.
President Trump calling for cases against Democratic Senator Adam Schiff, former FBI Director James Comey, and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Just days ago, he forced out a top federal prosecutor whose office did not find any evidence to back up allegations that James committed mortgage fraud after months of investigating. President Trump now nominating Lindsey Halligan, an attorney from his personal legal team who mostly handled insurance claims, to fill that role. She has never served as a prosecutor. As the president presses for legal action against his adversaries, ABC News has learned his Justice Department closed an investigation into border czar Tom Homan for allegedly taking $50,000 in an FBI sting operation. In the alleged encounter, which sources say was recorded by undercover agents, Homan allegedly accepting a bag of cash while agreeing to potentially help secure government contracts if Trump won the election. ABC News has reached out to Homan for comment, but has not heard back. The White House says the administration found no evidence of illegal activity, but Democrats calling it hypocrisy, some also citing the president's pardons of the January 6 rioters.
There are just two standards of justice now in this country. If you are a friend of the president, a loyalist of the president, you can get away with nearly anything, including beating the hell out of police officers. But if you are an opponent of the president, you may find yourself in jail.
In recent days, the president has also said press coverage that is critical of his administration should be illegal. It comes as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has now unveiled new restrictions for press at the Pentagon, forcing reporters to either pledge that they will not gather or use any information that has not been formally authorized for release or risk losing their credential to cover the military. This move is unprecedented. The National Press Club calling the policy a direct assault on independent journalism.
Okay, Rachel, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. We've overused that word unprecedented. It's hard to overstate how stunning a move the president's, what he's done with Attorney General Pam Bondi. Richard Nixon was impeached for corrupting the Justice Department. He's saying it out loud.
Right. So, look, there have been previous allegations of politicization of the Department of Justice, right? Some people said that Bill Barr's Attorney General role there was politicized. Others have said Merrick Garland was politicized when he was the Attorney General. What makes this different is you have the president effectively trying to usurp the role of the Attorney General. And in particular here, you have cases that have been investigated. I mean, I've heard some people saying publicly, well, what's wrong? We should have an investigation. There has been an investigation. The president doesn't like the results of the investigation. And as a result, he is now moving in to put in a new U.S. attorney in Virginia. That's the part about that makes this unprecedented. So when people say, we've heard allegations of politicization before, you need to focus on why this is different, because it is the president stepping in this role, not an allegation about what the Attorney General is doing.
And you couple it with, we just did this story on Tom Homan, the head of ICE, under investigation for taking cash on tape with the FBI, and they're saying there's nothing to see here.
Right. Look, that's a little more nuanced in the sense that we don't know exactly what they have, and the question of, okay, what was exactly the promise, what was the deal, et cetera. You can debate. We don't know the exact details. What we do know, it seems, is that the investigation into Jim Comey and into Letitia James in Virginia didn't get the president the result that he wanted. And now he's angry. And by the way, part of the reason may be that he's talking now is because the statute of limitations is about to expire in the Comey case. So this becomes a combination of legal and political, but no doubt it is different than other stuff that we've heard about before.
We'll be watching to see if this new U.S. attorney does indeed try to prosecute Jim Comey.
Right, but then there are protections in place, right? I mean, you do have grand juries, you do have judges, and as we've seen in the past, you have juries who may end up acquitting.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much.